Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Dolphins, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Terron Armstead doesn't sound ready for retirement. There'll always be looming concerns surrounding Terron Armstead's availability, but his presence in the trenches was a boost to the Miami Dolphins' offensive line for most of the season. Armstead started 15 games in his 12th season, allowing just 3 sacks over 821 snaps, his highest total since 2020 with the New Orleans Saints. While Armstead hinted at retirement, his continued success, recent availability, and a nearly $23 million cap hit next season make a strong case for his return to the Dolphins at 34 years old. Feel good, feel great, man. I'm just enjoying it right now, enjoying the time with my kids and all those great things, Armstead said to Pro Football Network early Super Bowl week. I'll be talking to the Dolphins front office pretty soon to figure out the direction and path that we're looking to go, but I feel great. Miami drafted left tackle of the future Patrick Paul last offseason, but the Dolphins aren't in a position to turn down the services of a 5-time Pro Bowler who continues to play at a high level. On top of that, depth at tackle is a good and unfamiliar problem for the franchise. We really stretched and clawed to get back and got ourselves a chance to make the playoffs. Unfortunately, we fell short, dealing with more injuries, which was a disappointment overall, Armstead said. And in order for us to move forward in the right direction, there's gonna have to be some more retooling and refocusing and really locking in on the small things. The Dolphins must make roster moves when the new league year begins in March, with offensive line additions high on the priority list. The unit needs a reset at guard but would otherwise enter the season in solid shape with Aaron Brewer at center and a strong trio of Armstead, Patrick Paul, and Austin Jackson on the outside. NFL rumors: Dolphins not expected to trade Tyreek Hill after recent apology. Tyreek Hill is mending fences with the Miami Dolphins, and it appears that all is resolved. Hill, who was fed up by the conclusion of the team's 8-9 campaign, requested a trade from the Dolphins in early January. A month later, and there has been a change of heart by the All-Pro wideout. Hill extended apologies to quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins this week, and after a quick turnaround, he should remain in Miami for 2025, via Ian Rappaport on X, formerly Twitter. As for the Dolphins, they do not plan to trade their star wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Despite, let's call it an uncomfortable ending to last season, where he pulled himself out of the season finale. Then said, "I am done in Miami." The sides have spoken since. We heard Tyreek Hill making the rounds on Radio Row this week, saying, "Now, I want to be in Miami, it's early." It's always possible somebody makes the type of offer they can't refuse. But it sounds right now that everything's tracking to the Cheetah staying on South Beach. The 30-year-old playmaker dealt with much inconsistency at quarterback last season, as Tagovailoa made just 11 appearances under center due to injury. The organization was forced to turn to Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson, who clearly were not suitable options in Miami's pass-heavy scheme. Hill finished with his lowest yardage total, 959, since his 2019 campaign with the Kansas City Chiefs, and matched a career low in touchdowns, 6. As the Dolphins' offense's frustrations mounted without a reliable quarterback, Hill's became 10 times worse as the year progressed. The front office has to address this moving forward now that Hill is expected to be back. His 2025 redemption campaign will continue to be thwarted if there is no proven arm behind Tagovailoa on the depth chart. The Dolphins' 5-time Pro Bowler that is contemplating retirement. 2025 will be a pivotal year for the Miami Dolphins. They are entering the 4th year of head coach Mike McDaniel's tenure and just missed the playoffs in 2024. In order to get back there, they will need to upgrade the roster in certain spots. One spot could be left tackle. Veteran Terron Armstead, who has protected quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's strong side the last couple of seasons, is planning to meet with the team's brass according to The Athletic's Diana Rossini. Armstead is expected to meet with the Dolphins front office soon to discuss his plans for 2025, wrote Rossini on Sunday. He's 33 and carries a cap hit just north of $22 million in each of the final 2 years of his deal, so the decision isn't simple. The Dolphins just drafted Patrick Paul in the second round last spring, a clear sign they're thinking about the future of the left tackle position. Combine that with Armstead's injury history, and his future in Miami feels very much up in the air. As for Armstead, he shared with me earlier this week that retirement is also on the table. There are definitely options on the table for Armstead. The Dolphins are likely close to a postseason return, as a number of important players will return next season. Furthermore, Miami could already have his replacement on the roster. Patrick Paul is a former second-round pick who the team is high on. Could Armstead walk away from over $40 million and ride off into the sunset? If that is the plan, then McDaniel and Tagovailoa might want to convince to return for at least one more campaign. In an offense filled with stars like Tagovailoa and receivers Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, Armstead has filled an important role. His veteran leadership has helped to solidify a locker room that's needed it at times. He's been relied upon by McDaniel and the Dolphins brass for those qualities, and he's respected throughout the organization and across the league. While his price tag is high, and the team does have Paul on the roster, ensuring he returns to South Beach will be a boon to the team. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Terron Armstead? Leave your opinion in the comments.